In the heart of New York City, where dreams are born and shattered in equal measure, Olivia Kensington had everything: wealth, beauty, and a heart of gold. A successful entrepreneur with a thriving interior design firm, she commanded attention wherever she went. Yet, despite her achievements, love had eluded her. That was until she met Daniel Moore. Daniel was charming, ambitious, or so it seemed. With his warm hazel eyes and effortless charisma, he swept Olivia off her feet. He was a struggling businessman, but his passion for success and the way he spoke of their future together convinced Olivia that he was the one. They married within a year, their whirlwind romance seemingly the stuff of fairy tales. The honeymoon phase lasted a year. Olivia was blissfully in love, showering Daniel with support, both emotionally and financially. She funded his so-called business ventures, unknowingly pouring money into a black hole of deceit. Meanwhile, Daniel's true nature began to surface. He started coming home late, offering weak excuses that never quite added up. His phone was constantly buzzing with mysterious messages, which he dismissed as business matters. Olivia wanted to believe him, but a lingering doubt crept into her heart. Then came the whispers, friends and colleagues hinting that Daniel wasn't who he claimed to be. A private investigator confirmed her worst fears. Daniel was not only seeing multiple women behind her back, but had been involved with her best friend, Rachel Porter, for months. Rachel and Olivia had been inseparable since childhood. She was more than a friend. She was family. The betrayal ran deeper than Olivia could fathom. The investigator had gathered evidence, hotel receipts, text exchanges, and even photos of Daniel and Rachel wrapped in each other's arms at intimate dinners Olivia had thought were for business meetings. Olivia confronted Rachel first, hoping there was some mistake, some misunderstanding. But the guilt on Rachel's face was unmistakable. "It just happened, Olivia," Rachel whispered, tears brimming in her eyes. "I never meant to hurt you." Fury burned through Olivia. "You never meant to hurt me?" she spat, her voice shaking. "You were my sister. You were supposed to protect me, not betray me." Rachel had no defense, only hollow apologies that meant nothing. Olivia turned her attention to Daniel, demanding the truth. He denied it at first, spinning a web of lies. But when Olivia threw the evidence in his face, his mask slipped. "You were never enough, Olivia," he sneered, his voice dripping with cruelty. "You thought your money could buy my loyalty? You were just a bank account to me." His words cut deeper than any blade. The man she had loved was a stranger, a monster wearing the face of the man she once cherished. After the confrontation, Daniel's behavior became erratic. He started drinking excessively, staying out all night, and squandering Olivia's money at casinos and on luxury items. His charm had faded, replaced by something sinister. When Olivia discovered she was pregnant, she hoped it would bring change, that he would at least try to be a father. But Daniel only grew more distant and dangerous. He was losing control of his lies, his finances, and now his temper. One night, Olivia overheard a hushed phone conversation. "She's still here," Daniel whispered. 7 months pregnant. "But she's in my way. If something happens to her, I get everything." Chills ran down Olivia's spine. He wasn't just unfaithful, he was planning to get rid of her. On a cold November night, Olivia confronted Daniel for the final time. "I know what you're planning," she said, her voice calm but firm. Daniel's face darkened. "You don't know what you're talking about." "I heard you, Daniel," she said, holding up her phone, where she had recorded his conversation. "You were going to kill me." Panic flickered in his eyes before rage overtook him. Before she could react, he lunged at her, grabbing her by the throat and shoving her against the staircase railing. "You should have stayed quiet," he growled. With terrifying force, he pushed her down the stairs. Olivia felt herself tumbling, pain exploding through her body as she hit the marble floor. The last thing she saw before darkness consumed her was Daniel staring down at her, cold, unfeeling. Blood pooled beneath her. Daniel thought she was dead. He didn't call 911. Instead, he grabbed a bag of cash and fled. But fate had other plans. A neighbor, hearing the commotion, rushed in and found Olivia barely clinging to life. An emergency call was made, and she was rushed to the hospital. Miraculously, both she and the baby survived, though Olivia suffered severe injuries. The police wasted no time tracking Daniel down. He was found at a rundown motel, attempting to forge a new identity to escape the country. But justice caught up with him. At his trial, the depth of his deception was laid bare. His fraudulent dealings, his infidelity, his attempt to murder his pregnant wife. The courtroom was silent as Olivia, still healing from her wounds, testified against him with unwavering strength. Rachel was also present, her once beautiful face now marred with guilt and regret. But Olivia no longer saw her as a friend, only as another casualty of Daniel's destruction. Daniel was convicted of attempted murder, domestic violence, and fraud. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Olivia named her daughter Hope, a testament to her survival and the strength that carried her through the darkest chapter of her life. With time, therapy, and resilience, she rebuilt her life, reclaiming her happiness and ensuring that neither she nor her child would ever be victims again. Rachel, stripped of Olivia's friendship and burdened by her choices, faded into obscurity, a painful reminder of betrayal. In the end, justice prevailed, and Olivia's story became an inspiration, a warning and a beacon of hope for those who found themselves trapped in the web of deceitful love.